We're live here, back inside the action on the hottest show on the streets here in my own words with yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Once again, folks, those phone lines open, 205-448-1358, 205-448-1358. Definitely want to hear from you as we talk more on your Alabama Crimson Tide. And we get into one, Najee Harris, running back Najee Harris. Could have went pro after the 2019 season, but decided, no, I want another year with Nick Saban. I want another year at the university. I want another year with my teammates. I want another year with these fans. And it is awesome to see him, pass up. As crazy as it was for him to pass up the NFL draft, what was awesome was, and I go back to something I recently mentioned here, Harris, from the LSU game, from the middle of the season through the end of that year, he turned it on. Like, we saw him as a guy that can catch the ball out the backfield, a guy that hurdled defenders, a guy that had a great stiff arm, a great spin move. He knew how to evade, avoid tacklers, be elusive. But the LSU game throughout the season, we saw a power from Najee Harris. Once again, I don't know what Sean Alexander told him the week of the LSU game, but whatever Sweet Feet said, whatever Sean Alexander said, I need to get that right now, inject it into my vein. John, if you can find what Sean Alexander told Najee, could you please hold out my vein, JP, and get that injected inside my bloodstream? Because whatever Alexander said, it took roots due to, Harris went on a tear in the season with 1,224 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns, had 6 100-yard games, caught 27 passes, including 7 for touchdowns. But I remember a source a while back told me that Najee, Coach Saban, and Najee's mom were in a meeting room, and this was when Najee's draft grade had came back, and Harris looked at this draft grade. He was highly disappointed. He was highly bothered. He was very upset. His mom was upset. Harris really thought he worked his way into being, a first-round guy. He worked his way, into being a first-round guy. But according to the draft grade, he was looked at to be a day 2 guy, either a late second rounder, early third round guy. So Harris goes home to California for a while to be with the family. But before he went home, he spent a lot of time with Coach Saban and the staff. And the conversation was, Coach, what do I do? I want to go pro. I want to provide for my family. I want to provide for my mom. I thought I was going to be a late first round pick or early to mid first round pick. But, Coach, what do I do? And the coaching staff sold Najee on this, that they said, young man, if you come back, this is what I was told, if you come back, we're going to give you every opportunity to get your yards up, to get your touches up, to get your touchdowns up, to get your production up. Basically, if you come back, we're going to make you the focal point of the offense, and we're going to give you every opportunity to have a Heisman-like year, to have a Doak Walker-like year, to have a Maxwell Award-winning-like year, to really show NFL scouts once and for all that you are a bona fide, no doubt, first-round pick. They sold Harris on this. And once they sold him on that, he made the move that he was going to return to the Crimson Tide. Now, of course, he didn't make an announcement on social media about this, but it was firm in his mind that if Coach Saban, if Alabama is going to make me the focal point, the feature piece in this offense, I'm going to come back. That there's no way I want to pass this up to be able to run wild, to run free, to run over opposing defenses, not just in the SEC, but in college football in general. And unlike some 5-stars that have the talent, but no real true drive, true work ethic, Harris has the talent, but Harris also has the drive. He posted a video to social media this week or last week of him back home in California. Y'all look at this. This is a man that is doing He's jumping up in the air, crossing his feet in the air with a medicine ball. He is running on top of a treadmill. This is somebody that is adamant about being the best running back in college football. Jumping with a medicine ball. I would have probably broke my knee. I would have probably broke my knee. I would have probably busted my leg. I would have probably cracked my ankle. I would have probably face planted into the concrete, me trying to do this. I used to be an athlete, but I am not as athletic as Najee Harris, as he is working back home in California, trying to be the best running back in the country. And I understand college football returns Travis Etienne to Clemson. It returns Chuba Hubbard to Oklahoma State. But Najee, is somebody that, and if you remember this, after his freshman year, and he had a great freshman year in 2017, he played a huge role in helping Alabama win the national championship. 61 carries that season, 370 yards, if I'm not mistaken, and 2 touchdowns. But he had thoughts of transferring, much like a lot of 5-stars do at Alabama. Derrick Henry, at one point in time, had thoughts of transferring. But, Coach Saban sat him down, talked with him, talked with his family. Derrick Henry locked in, and Coach Saban gave him the opportunity to be the guy, to be the focal point, to be the bell cow, to be the beast, to be the monster. And we saw it happen once Henry locked in, once he bought into what Coach Saban was telling him. The 2015 season, first 2,000-yard back of the Saban era at Alabama, 28 touchdowns, won the Heisman Trophy, and is doing his thing in the NFL. So Najee Harris, the same deal. Came in highly touted, highly regarded as a 5-star Mr. Football in the state of California. His freshman year was a marquee contributor, had doubts about, should I transfer? Because as much as I like Damian Harris, I think I'm better than Damian Harris. As much as I like Josh Jacobs, I think I'm better than Josh Jacobs. Definitely, when you look at 5-stars, they think that way because they've been given the ball in high school. It was give this guy the ball, make the beats, and get the heck out of the way. So that's what Najee was in high school. So when he got to college, he felt like, I'm the man. I'm the big guy on campus. So he had those thoughts of transferring, but, stayed on schedule, stayed on cue. Burton Burns, who was the running back coach at that time for Alabama, spent countless hours talking with Najee, speaking with Najee, trying to convince him that, hey, your time is coming. You are going to get your opportunity. You are going to have your moment. We know you a dog. We know you a beast. We know you that dude. We know you're special. But guess what? We're still going to fine-tune you. We're still going to coach you up. We're still going to work with you. We're still going to develop you. And when your moment comes, young man, and it's going to come, you're going to go out there and you are going to be special. You are going to be the focus. You are going to be ideal. And last year, we saw that happen, especially against LSU, against Auburn, against Michigan as well, and also Tennessee and Arkansas. Now, we saw that in flashes in the previous games. We saw it in flashes against Southern Mississippi. We saw it in flashes against South Carolina, but that middle portion of the season was where that young man really, really took off, and he honed in on, I can be more than just the hurdler, though I like hurdling. I can be more than just the stiff arm, though I like stiff arming. I can be more than just the spin move guy, though I like spin moving. I can really power through defensive linemen. I can power through linebackers. I can power through defensive backs. I can demonstrate, distribute, and display this brute strength and plow through opposing players and pick up extra yards. Alabama fans want to see, can we finally get a moment to where Harris does that? We like the spinning. We like the hurdling. We like the stiff arm. We like the extra things that he does. But will we ever get a moment where we see Najee plow through somebody, drag somebody for 3 and 4 and 5 extra yards? Can we see that out of this young man? And at a portion of a 2019 season, we were able to get a glimpse of that and seeing that. So this season, Harris is going to look to put on the finishing touches of not just being the best running back in college football, but showing every NFL scout, whether it's Bucky Brooks, whether it's Daniel Jeremiah, whether it's, guys like Mel Kiper Jr., Todd McShay, whomever is scouting him, whoever is looking at him, he's looking to show everybody, I am, bar none, bona fide, a first-round pick, top 15 pick, top 20 pick in the 2021 draft venue. But we take another break here on the show, but still continue lighting this up in the phone line, lighting this up in the YouTube chat line. Upon our return, we unpack, we dive into more of your phone calls, tweets, questions, chats, texts, and concerns. We're talking Bama football, and we're talking it right after this.
T-Town Menswear in the University Mall in Tuscaloosa. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $5.95 per month or pay $49.95 for a full year subscription. That's a saving of almost $22. Make sure to subscribe before it's too late and get our new freshly printed end of the year magazine issue. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.